Hello, 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 ladies. Welcome to A Queen's Roundtable Quarterly Symposium. I'm your host. My name is Jacqueline Kabah Harrison. I am your host for this roundtable, and we are so happy to be here. I'm so excited, and I hope you guys can join us. And please put any questions or comments you may have in the
We haven't
comments.
started yet. We're having technical difficulties.
Oh, you having technical difficulties? Uh-oh. I think one of our guest guys is having technical difficulties. Miss Tammy, Miss Lanita, you guys are there?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay,
here.
Miss. Okay. Renette. Okay. Maybe she'll come back in a moment because it looks like she's stuck. Okay. I shared it out. Oh, let me go ahead and tag you guys so that way you can have. My internet has been acting up too.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, mine too.
yeah, mine went out last night, and I was like, oh my God, it's not going to be on. Okay, so I may have to send her a link again, but in the meanwhile, I'm trying to find it. I shared it out, but it's not popping up here.
I just went on your page and I'm sharing it out.
Oh, that's what you did. Lanita, you did that too?
Yeah, I'm actually looking for it on your business page because I'm about to share it out right now.
Okay, it should be there. I see it.
Went on your page and I'm sharing.
Okay. You see it, Lanita?
I'm about to share it out now.
Okay. All right. I don't know if I need to generate another link for her. Well, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and oh, here she is. Just bear with us, guys. You know how technology is. It's like when it works, it works, and when it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. Hello,
Absolutely.
Can you hear us now? Here, say something. Make sure we can hear you.
Oh, she probably can't hear us right now.
I hear.
Oh, you do? Okay, good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. I was just telling everybody we was just
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you. We can hear you. Okay, so welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to thank you again for bearing with us. We're having a few little technical things going on here. But everyone, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let me make sure I'm saying your name correctly. It's pronounced Rynette.
No, Renette.
Renette.
Like
Renette.
Lynette, but,
Okay. Okay. Because I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Okay. All right. So if you can go ahead and start with your introduction, tell us a little bit because I have you guys numbered. So you're first, then Tammy, then Lanita.
Oh, I'm first?
Yeah, that's how you popping up on here. I don't know how, but yeah.
Like I'm not even a part of y'all.
No, you don't see it. I added you.
Oh no.
Oh, I see you.
If you look at it on Facebook, you see it.
I'm waiting on Facebook for some reason, and I'm trying to get on my page, but it's not allowing me to. That's why I went to get the charger to hook on my iPad. But
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. For some reason or another, they had to go to my business page. For some reason, it's not popping up on my personal page, and I don't know why. That's a little weird.
Nothing's happening on my computer. I don't know what.
I don't know because I see you like when I go to my business page, I see all four of us, right? It's go okay. All right. I don't know. That's just really bizarre, y'all. And I shared it out. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
glitches.
you said what?
No, Facebook's got its glitches, so I mean it's
Yeah.
it's always got,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess she'll come back in. And I don't know, maybe it's her internet connection. I don't know.
That might be a possibility. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because
Okay.
sometimes mine is crazy and I don't even understand it because it'll say something
Mm-hmm.
like not connecting and this is my regular house internet. So
Right.
I don't
Exactly.
know.
Yeah. Same here. We had really bad weather last night. So like I was telling
Okay.
y'all, it had went out for a minute, but then they got it back up. So I'm hoping it does okay. So,
Okay.
but so let's start our introductions.
Wow. Yes.
You know what,
This gonna
Tammy?
come up.
Why don't you go first? Tell us a little bit about you, your business.
Okay. My
Me?
name is
I'm ready.
Oh, you
You
ready?
ready? Go
Can you
Okay,
ahead.
hear me?
go for
Yeah,
it.
I didn't know if you could hear me, but I'm ready. We're
We can
live.
hear you.
Okay. Hello, hello, hello. I am Renette Upson Bush. I am the CEO and founder of Next Level Chicks, where I push you on purpose for walking in your purpose and your destiny. I am a certified educator and also a motivator, motivation mentor. And I push women where to a place of their next level so that they can live a life of success and purpose. And I have my group is called Next Level Chicks, and like I said, push women on purpose for the purpose of walking in a purpose so that they can go from being fearful into level in every single area of their and I love helping people to move forward in their purpose and their destiny and going to their next level. That's what I do.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you are here with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm so excited to be here.
Okay, excellent. All right, Miss Tammy.
Yes, I'm Tammy Morrison of Unleashing Your True Self, and I help women over 40 to get to that place where they are able to come through the transitions that hit them in life, whether it's empty nest syndrome, whether it's death, divorce. At this age, women are taking care of their parents, so they're overwhelmed, they're struggling, and a lot of us are in career transition and we want to know what it is that we need to do. And so, what I do is I help them to move out of the fear and get away from the overwhelm and be able to move into the place that they see themselves in their mind's eye.
I love it. Thank you so much for being here today.
I'm excited.
All right,
Happy
Miss.
Sunday, everyone. How are you all doing? I just wanted to say thank you to Jacqueline for allowing me the opportunity again to be on the Queen's Roundtable Symposium. And so, for those that don't know me, I am Lanita Cornett, aka the Transformation Empress, the conscious leader and visionary of Purple Camouflaged Mentor LLC, which is my life and personal development coaching program or a company. And what I do is I serve women, I serve ambitious women that are faith centered, that are seeking emotional resiliency so they can achieve emotional freedom so that they can live out their true calling with integrity and impact. So that's what I do. I do have a Facebook community, which is a free membership. It's called Soulful Ambitionista for leaders and creatives. And this is for women that are career transitioners or women that are just wanting to do something different as far as their new normalcy, finding a new normalcy so they can live the life they love.
Excellent. I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for being here today, Lanita.
Yes, thank you.
So, just to kind of give a bit of an overview for those of you that may be joining us for the first time for this symposium, quarterly symposium, I have to add our guest back in. I guess she's having some internet difficulties. Okay. So, the purpose of this is for us as African American women, entrepreneurs, right, to be able to come together to talk about different struggles or different obstacles. I know that, a lot of people don't like those words or don't like admitting that they're having some, difficulty or maybe some challenges. But the bottom line is entrepreneurship, and I'm pretty sure you guys can agree with me on this, can be extremely challenging, and that it's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of times that our negative self-talk may kind of just take over, and we'll experience moments of like, can I do this? Or what was I thinking? And that's even for the person that has the most positive mindset and has a good support system, right?
Mhm.
And if you don't, that
Right.
may compound itself even more, and you might be on the verge of feeling like, well, what am I doing, and wanting to give up. So the purpose of this is for us to come together and to be able to support and encourage one another in that journey. And typically, all of the different topics that we talk about are things that affect us personally, which obviously have an impact on our business, right? And how we show up, how we present ourselves to the world, right? And then, of course, how we show up has an impact on the our influx of clients and us actually being able to not just meet, but to exceed our whatever our monthly income goals are, right? Okay, so you can you hear us? Okay, you ready to do your introduction? Oh, you did your introduction, right? You did your introduction. Did she, that guy?
She did.
Okay,
did.
I'm sorry. I couldn't remember if you did it before you went out again. I wasn't sure. Okay, so I did the overview. Look, and I didn't work last night, so I got some rest. So y'all forgive me.
So what's your excuse?
Rest is
I don't have one, girl.
bad,
I
too.
don't have one. Okay, so all right. So these were the topics that I had wanted to discuss today. And like I said, ladies that are listening, and for you guys that are participating, it's it's open. If it's something else you feel like you want to jump in or talk about, or that you just feeling it, then absolutely. As well as for you guys out there that are listening, if you have anything that you want us to talk about specifically, or a specific question, put it in the comments, because I'm definitely going to be looking at the comments as we go along. So the topics that I had was the power of being your authentic self as in your business as an entrepreneur. And the reason that I felt that was important to talk about is because I think a lot of times, and especially if you're relatively new in business, I think we have a tendency to, or it's very easy, I'll say, to follow other coaches and consultants, right? That we like their work, and we just think that they are just all that, and we find them inspiring, and we have a tendency sometimes to want to model ourselves after them, or want to imitate them, and that's fine to a certain extent, but you have to be able to create your own style and like what feels good to you, right? Because just because something is flowing for this person doesn't mean it's going to flow for you, and just to be able to sometimes, step back and really take note of what feels good to you,
Right.
and don't just do something because it looks like it's working for someone else and that other person has been successful at it. So you just think, oh, okay, well, that's what I got to do, and the thing of it is, if you are not real or showing up authentically, right, then it's going to come across like that, or you're not going to be able to keep it up. So that's why I thought that one was important. The second one I had was tools to increase your self-esteem and self-confidence. And I know that that's, different for everybody, but the bottom line is, if you don't believe in yourself and your product or service, and, how is anyone else going to believe in you? So I wanted, I felt that was good. I wanted you guys to share some different, ways that you've helped to keep your self-confidence up. And lastly, it was developing your own style as an entrepreneur, which actually kind of 1 and 3 kind of tie in, because it was the power of being your authentic self and developing your own style as an entrepreneur. So that was what I initially had. So who wants to start with any of those 3? Whoever starts first, you can just pick one, and we'll roll with that, and we'll just each just kind of circle and give some input to be able to help those out there that are, kind of struggling with this?
Well, I'll start. The late great
Okay.
Aretha Franklin did a song to respect yourself.
Mhm.
And we can still go in that same vein. You know, if you don't respect yourself, how can you expect anybody else to respect you?
Mhm.
You know, so we have to consider that when we're doing business and when we're trying to be authentic, which,
Mhm.
to be honest, you shouldn't have to try to be authentic. You should just be who you are. And for me, this year in 2019, my word is flow for the year.
Okay.
So I'm just putting it out there. I'm in a state of flow. So if it doesn't feel good to me, I'm not doing it. And I've had coaching and stuff like that, and some of it has been really good, and it's helped me in a lot of ways. But some of it didn't resonate with me because it's not who I am.
Mm.
You know, and it's not the place that I want to be coming from.
Okay.
You know,
If you don't mind me asking, elaborate on that. If you don't mind, about like some of the things that have not resonated with you, and how did you, how were you okay with,
okay,
you know, okay with
so
that?
with my business,
Hmm.
I come from a spiritual place.
Hmm.
So I can't just do all kind of things that, like, okay, for example, um, a lot of people will want you to just push, 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 push.
Okay.
Well, I can't do that. I have to step back and see how it feels to me. And then I also, because of the type of person that I am and the type of person that I have been, embracing more of my masculine qualities, I have to step back and embrace my feminine qualities. And the feminine qualities is a flow. It's
Okay.
not a push.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that I had to just take a step back from, because what starts happening is I don't feel good when I do it that way. You know what I mean? And I don't attract the people that I'm looking for.
Right. Yep.
And so that's a part of, to me, when you looking at, how you do things, because there are some people that, they'll just charge full ahead, like a raging bull. Well, that ain't my style.
Like when you say push, like what do you mean? Like push sales or?
Not even really push
Okay.
sales, but just the way that you present yourself.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
some people to me are really, really slimy.
Mm.
And being in the place where I am, coming from that spiritual aspect, I can't be like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you
Hmm.
can see it. You can see it. It comes across.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree with Tammy when with all of her perspectives of what she already put out already, because for my year I decided to use the word intentional, which is similar to what
Yes.
Tammy put out as far as doing things that have a purpose and also feels
Yes.
good to me, because a lot of times in business you see so many influencers, coaches, mentors that
Hmm.
are, when
Yes.
Tammy says pushing, I'm talking I agree with what she's saying, because when I hear push, I hear aggressiveness. Like so
Yes.
aggressive to where it's like, okay, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. But my thing is like when I first started in business, in April it'll be 2 years, um, I was getting the feedback of, okay, you gotta do lives, you gotta be live, you gotta be on this all, you gotta be on the social media platform, you gotta constantly show yourself, constantly, be in front of the face of your clients or your prospects, and actually share what you do. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with that, because that's what it's about, business. Saying that's what you're supposed to do, but at the same time, what is actually um, fits your schedule and your alignment of what you believe in doing and
Yes.
what feels right for you. Now, when I say feel right, I'm not talking about being complacent, just being lazy and be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do this once a month. No, I mean, it's
Yes.
something that has to feel right for
Hmm.
you, because some people are better at doing audios versus
Right.
doing lives.
Hmm.
Right.
Some people are better at writing,
Yeah.
writing books and journal and
Right.
blogging than they
Hmm.
are doing Facebook Live. But that doesn't mean they're not authentic, because they're not on Facebook live every day.
Right,
Like everybody
right.
doesn't have that energy. So with that masculine energy and feminine, it's like you really have to know the difference of what they are. Because with my background, and if anybody want to chime in, please do, because sometimes I kind of like kind of get, I prolong myself and constantly talk a lot, so I'm just saying forgive me if I do. But being in the military for so long, I actually have a lot of that masculine energy. And
Okay.
until I
Yes.
actually invested in a mentor, even
Okay.
throughout my business, I had to realize myself that there's just certain things that aren't gonna fit well with me.
Right.
I had to push back because I would have been at burnout.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yes.
been through that in the
Yes.
military, but I would have been through burnout in my business and not want to do anything. And
Right.
so
Mm-hmm.
we
Yes.
have to be mindful of that when it comes to being pushy and understanding our feminine qualities and that feminine energy, so that we're not burning
Yes.
out. You don't want to burn out so early. Well, you don't want to burn out, period. But why would you be burning out like your first year in business when you are just starting out?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you have to get into alignment, because that's the key thing that I think about, is because just like you said, yeah, they want you, you can jump in and do lives and do all this stuff every day, but I know what kind of life I lead. I know that I still work a job.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
that I still do other things. It's not that I can't be on Facebook every day, all day.
Yeah.
It can't work that way, because I have, things that I need to do in my life. And also I have to sit down and figure out, what is going to work for me. And the other part is too, what I'm learning is that you got all these people running around talking about 5-figure months and all this stuff. And a
Oh,
lot of those people who are talking about those things
yeah.
ain't getting no 5-figure months.
Right.
Mm.
You know what? I knew we was gonna come around to that, and I'm glad we did. Because sometimes you see that, and I've fallen into that. I'd be like, dang, they making all that money, and maybe they
Uh-huh.
are, and maybe they're not, and everybody's at a different place in their business. That's another thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Can you all?
But
Yes.
oh, okay, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I've been having some serious.
Because I'd be like, you there? And it's like, oh, she's gone again.
I know the struggle has been real.
Right.
The devil can go away. Okay. But
That's
anyway,
right.
So you know what? It's you right now. Go ahead, take it away.
so I want to talk about, being your authentic.
Right.
Every person was made by God, and we're fearfully and wonderfully made. So it's disrespectful to you and to God to try to be like somebody else. I mean, you might watch somebody else and like what they're doing or whatever, but you need to get your own unique style and be your own
Yes.
self, because that's the only way you're going to show up and be your best, when you are being yourself. You can't try to do it like somebody else, because you're not that
Right.
else. And as Tammy said, you have got to get an alignment. You have to get an alignment for your assignment, because God gave each and
Yes.
one of us a specific assignment. So you can't jump in
Yes.
to do what Susie is doing or Josephine is doing or whoever, and really show up like you're supposed to. So you gotta understand,
Yes.
if it's not for you, then you need to not do it. What's
Mm-hmm.
for you, and what's for you won't miss you if you are doing and
Yes.
will of God. And that's the problem. Too many people are watching too many things and doing stuff. And a lot of people
Yes.
on Facebook, they talk about these 5-figure months, and they have this and that or whatever. They may or they may not. But the bottom line, that's why they call it fake book. But the bottom line, they call it fake book.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that
Mm-hmm.
said, you got to do what God has called you to do. That's how you walk in purpose.
Yes.
That's how you find your destiny. When you are in alignment and walking in your assignment, you're going to keep working, keep planting seeds. And as you plant those seeds, and they will harvest. And you will show up in the way you are supposed to show up when you're walking in the proper assignment. And that's not anybody else's. That's your own assignment. And when you do that, you will see
Yes.
things start to blossom and grow and fall in line for you. And like I said, if you watch somebody, that's the problem. Too many people, you watching this person, that person, that. So now you're this person one day and that person the next day, and somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You need to find your own.
Yeah.
The problem is, I mean, I understand sometimes people their money may be funny, their change may be strange, and all those different types of things. And so they want to go and watch everybody else. But this is the bottom line. What's for you is for you. And when you invest in you, that's win. That's how you could get somebody, a coach, a mentor, or whoever to help you to really truly be your authentic self. Because when you over here watching Susie and Josephine and you try to put that all together, good. It look fake. It does
Mm-hmm.
not look like it should.
Yes.
And if you really
Mhm.
want to show up authentically in the way that God wants you to show up, then you have to do it the way He told you to do it. And if you don't do that, you're gonna keep going round and round like this round table discussion. You're
Right.
gonna keep
That's right.
round,
Mhm.
round, a
Mhm.
brick wall until you
Yeah.
decide.
Yes.
Anyway, it's not about you, anyways. That's the problem. Too many people think it's all about them, and they want to glorify.
Yes.
Learn to glorify His kingdom and do what He has told you to do. Then you can truly walk
Yes.
in your authentic self.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I just a
Absolutely.
couple of things. Sometimes I don't want to interrupt, but I know I may forget. But um, I know Tammy, you had spoke earlier about like working with other coaches, and I know I've done that. Because I've done people's groups. I mean, I've just recently invested in individual coaching, but prior to that, I had been doing groups and maybe some of their free things. And sometimes, like again, you're very impressionable, and you just you don't have enough time in, and they may be driving real hard for you to do certain things. Like I know for example, for me, I know writing is not. I don't flow with writing. Like for me to sit down and write, it takes a lot out of me. It much more flows, or it flows more freely with me when I talk, or doing a live. Like I'm much better at doing a live, like going live and doing a training versus setting up a webinar or actually writing different things out. So at one point I was feeling like real kind of discouraged because I wasn't able to like crank out, all of the writing for my different posts. And then I kind of had to step back for a minute and really look at what my strengths were, like what my strengths were, as well as what felt good to me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
doing lives and events such as this feels really good to me. I mean, I get excited about it, I look forward to it. So, I just really kind of had to, like, when I plan out, the different events I'm going to do for the year, different, upcoming things, it's like I really have to sit and just think, okay, well, what excites me? Like, what do I feel, really good about, and I love connecting with other people, so I like doing
Yes. Yeah.
collaborations, you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
and that feels good to me, so definitely I totally hear, what you guys are saying. And that if you start out doing something because you think that's the thing to do, because you watching other people, right, and they seem to be successful at doing that, you'll fizzle out because it's not you. So not only will you show up like kind of hesitant with it, but eventually you're just not going to be motivated. You're not going to be motivated to do it. And if you find that you being real reluctant, then that might be something that you might want to take a look at, and really, 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 like in your quiet time, think about it. And it was one of the things I wanted to say. We talked about, and I don't know, tell me if you guys do this. Do you find that there are periods where you have to unfollow certain people because it's just too much, like too much information coming in?
Noise.
Yeah, like too
Yes.
much
Yeah.
noise.
Too much noise.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Yes.
guys do
Definitely.
that too. Okay, and you
Yeah.
find
The
that
reason.
helpful?
Yeah, because a lot of times, and it's not just on the Facebook, but it's the different social media platforms as well,
Mm,
and that's what I've noticed in the past that it's like so much noise that you end up doing things like everybody else,
mhm,
not intentionally, but you end up all this information that
mhm,
your true self and how you want to express yourself is not actually being done because you're actually all the other stuff that you're learning, you're trying to implement all of that, and then you end up just information overload to where you don't want to do anything. So that's where I had to disconnect from a lot of that noise because a lot of it started to not align with what I believed in, And so if it does not align with me spiritually, then I don't need to be
Yeah.
bothered with the information, or it's just not going to sit well with me. And so I had to do that, as well as when it comes to coaches. I believe in investing in someone that's going to better me. I did the freebies and all that stuff, and now I got tons of emails that half of them I can't even unsubscribe to because there's so many now. I'm just like, oh my gosh. But it's so important that we understand that. And so it's a lot of noise. It's a lot of noise, and sometimes you'll end up forgetting. I don't even want to say forgetting, but you'll lose focus. That's the main thing. You'll lose focus on what
Yeah.
matters to you the most in your business,
Yeah.
to where you forget what you need right now to
Yeah.
focus on. You start end up doing
Right.
something else.
Yep.
And that's not what you need to be doing in your business. It's like, what matters to your business and to you right now? What do you want to achieve? And you need to stay focused on that.
Yep.
So that's what I just wanted to add on that when it comes to the noise.
Two things I wanted to say too, Lanita, when you were talking about that, when I kept saying, you're following this person and that person, you need to figure out first of all, and sometimes you may need help with that. That's why you find a coach or a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's okay to watch people, but when you're watching too many people, find the one people that really resonate with you and what you're trying
Yeah.
to do, and then
Yeah.
when you find them, don't keep trying to get that free stuff. Invest in them. If
Right.
you have a group or
Right.
Right.
some type of coaching program, invest in what they're selling so that
Right.
you can move forward and truly get to your purpose. And another thing you said, Jacqueline, that really about being authentic. One thing you said is, I don't really like writing. It didn't resonate with me. Don't follow somebody or be somebody you're not, because if you're not passionate about it, you shouldn't do it. And that's one of the things
Right.
you said about being passionate. And I can
Yeah.
speak to that myself, because I was in school and I was working on so one of my specialties, and I talk about this all the time. I was working on my degree, what guided everybody. It was like, oh, let's go for our next degree or whatever. So for the doctoral program, and the same group of people, we were together in the doctoral program, but they wanted to reach closing the achievement gap, with the minority students. Well,
Okay.
as an administrator, I was always in discipline. That was my thing. I lived, breathed, ate, slept discipline.
What is that noise?
But not myself, hop in that group with them and decide that, we're going to work together. So, y'all know what I got right now? A bunch of student loans and no doctoral degree. Not because
Mm.
I couldn't have finished it, but I drug my feet, and I was in the school system at the time. And then I opened up my, obviously I was, getting a doctoral degree was $5,000 for a year. Well, I have my business now, and I way more than I would have made, with the doctorate. But the thing that I'm saying, I jumped into something that I was not passionate about at all. And I wasn't being my authentic self. So all I did was waste money and, like I said, get a bunch of students because I chose
Mm.
not to really be me. So if
Right.
you have, you can't be yourself. And
Right.
I was
Who is screaming?
expensive lesson that I
Huh? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. You keep going. You're going in and out a little bit as you were
I hear,
talking.
I hear screaming or talking or something in the background.
it's
You know
not.
what? Huh?
I said it's not in my house.
You know what? Y'all know I got an 8-year-old.
Not mine either.
Yeah, I got an 8-year-old.
That's in your house, okay.
I knew, I knew it was coming. I had the whole speech before we started, but
We are.
anyway, I'm sorry. I was sitting over here. I was like, I hope they don't hear that. Look, then I had to text this father.
Yes.
I was like, look, can you quiet him down a little bit? Oh God. Okay, but yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish. Jason. Okay.
But can I add to what Renette was saying? Renette was saying in reference to, she mentioned about the student loans as far as her doing something that wasn't her passion. I just want to say also, when it comes to business, when it comes to the information overload, for everyone to make sure that whatever that is that you want to do in your business when you invest in that teacher, that coach, that mentor, that you actually do your homework and do your assessment so that, just like the example that Renette put out, you're not doing all this work and then now you have money that you got to pay. Like you got people that go in debt to go,
Yes.
to go further in their business, and is it worth it? It's something, just, take your time and actually figure out, again, it goes back to what matters to you the most and what do you really need, because all the stuff that these coaches and mentors, they tell you that you need, you really don't need right now. So it's getting
Right.
back to the basics, so then you're not doing the information overload and you're not spending all this money and putting yourself in debt for your business. It's just not worth it. I tell you, my first year, I didn't go in debt, but I spent a lot of money. I spent over $10,000
Mm,
training,
really?
information
Okay.
overload, trying to do stuff for my business, and some of the stuff I was not ready for. But I was
Okay.
like, okay, I gotta get in here, I gotta be aggressive, I gotta get this stuff done, and I got a 9 to 5 job.
Okay.
So it's like now I'm going full circle, going right back to the stuff that I invested in, because now I have to go back because all of that I didn't need at the time.
Right.
So that's one thing I just want to add on to. Just make sure that you're not putting yourself in debt or putting so much into something, spending all this money, and you don't need it right now.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what? When you guys mentioned about a lot of freebies, I know when I first started, like I just recently invested in some, one-on-one coaching. And like you said, it was somebody I had been following and somebody that I felt was in line with, me and how I do business and so forth. And I decided to invest. But prior to that, like I did, like maybe I did a group with this person, or I saw this person's live, and then, and then I maybe took some of their free stuff, or I got into this particular group. And what I found was that it had me going in so many different directions, because there's a lot of different ways to do it. When I say do
Yeah.
it, there's a lot of different ways to increase your impact,
Yeah.
to grow your email list, to, build up your audience. There's a lot of different ways to do it. And what I found was, like, I felt like I was kind of going crazy, because it's like, well, this person is saying, write a book whenever you do a post. This person is saying go live every day or as much as you can. You know what I mean? This person is saying write a book, do an ebook. I mean, so it's and not saying that any of those things are bad. I mean, they're all good. They all increase your impact, this and that and the other. But the thing of it is, it's just a matter of what feels good to me. And you can't be running in 50 million different directions.
Nope.
And I'm still working a 9 to 5.
Hello.
There
You
you
know what I'm
go.
saying?
Yep.
And you
And
have
I'm
to realize
Absolutely.
everything that's glitter, I mean, everything that's gold is not glitter. Everything that's glitter is not gold. However, that saying goes, and you run behind all of these things, and as you jump in and get a coach, you need to start requiring. When you put your money down, you need to ask them some questions. You need to see what they've done. Can they prove what they're talking about? Just because they're talking about it, doesn't mean the thing you should do, and doesn't mean that they really even did it. So you have to make sure that your coach is putting that
Social
money
proof.
out there and just not accepting what they're saying, because then you just wasting up your time and your money when they aren't really truly who they say they are. So first of all, you need to know what results. First of all, you have to know your end result. What are
right.
you trying to get? What do you want from them? And you have to really speak up and be bold about it. They have a cookie cutter program that's
Mm-mm.
not,
Nope.
then you don't need to be jumping up in there. I've been in
That's
different
right.
programs and different things or whatever the case may be. Now, if I know how to, when I was new to the game, you don't really know what to ask or what to say or whatever. But once you understand
Mm-hmm.
and you see that you have somebody proven results, and then you really truly know. That's why it's very good to know your assignment and be in alignment, because if God has given you an assignment, He will show you what you're supposed to be doing and
That's
where
right.
you're supposed to be going. And then when you know what you're doing, or you don't really know, but you have this assignment, and somebody, because I've been in stuff where people try to push me to something that I truly know that's not me. And like I said, I just told y'all when I was in school, um I'm not doing anything else that's not me. I'm not going to get up and live my life and go to do something that's just not me, that I don't want anymore. Life is too short. Life is but a vapor, and we've got to make the most of it. So you can do that by being your authentic self.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to avoid the shiny object syndrome, just like what we're talking about.
Most
You know, a lot of times we look and there's this big shiny thing and
the shiny object syndrome. Yes, definitely. That's the problem.
because you look and you say, "Oh, that looks good. Yeah, I'm gonna do that." You know, you jump in this thing, and then next thing you know, you see something else, and then you jump in that thing, and then after a while, you start looking schizophrenic.
Right.
And,
But you know,
and
not only the shiny what did you say, shiny object
Object
syndrome,
syndrome.
but you also have the fear of missing out.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know,
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good
yeah,
one.
yeah. That's a
Like,
good
oh,
one.
they doing this, they doing that. I should be doing it too, right?
you know,
Yeah.
or it's it's like certain messages that you get, like, you know, do this now, or this will be the last thing, the last time we do this program, and it's like I need,
Yeah, but
it bring up
no.
fear of missing out, because that's what I dealt with. Like,
Okay.
I have to constantly remind myself, like, Lanita, do you need this right now? Do
Okay.
you really need this for your
Yes.
business? You know, and I say
Hmm.
this because I know there's a lot of, not just women, but I know there's a lot of men out there too that are, you know, in business and want to be successful. And then, you know, you got the shiny object syndrome, and then you got the fear of missing out. Like, if I don't do this, then I'm gonna miss out on X, Y, and Z. And so for me, it was like, okay, I want to up level in my business, and I need this, but do I really need it now? And I always have to go back and ask myself. I even have to ask my husband, you know, to make sure that I'm not like really trying to go into this, and it's something that I have to constantly work on now, because of the simple fact that, you know, it's a real thing. You know, it's something that, you know, I didn't think I was dealing with, but I had to really, you know, once my mentor brought it out of me, she was like, you know, what is the reason why you need to do this? Like, do you really need to do this right now? You know, and I just like, I just
Hmm.
want to I want to do this because I wanted to make sure I'm successful. And it's like, okay, I got a 9 to 5. You know, do I really, you know? So I personally have to constantly remind myself of that. And so it's important that we constantly are, you know, self-reflecting and know exactly what we truly need, you know, and so we're not actually looking at something that sounds good and we don't really need it, you know.
Right.
absolutely. And
And
then
so what it means is their marketing is working.
Yeah, it's
You
working.
know?
Oh
exactly, but
yeah.
It made you think you need it. You don't even need it.
Made you think you need exactly.
what you should be asking yourself is too many people that are busy but not bearing fruit. If you're not
Mhm.
bearing fruit, what is the purpose? I mean, you need to be bearing some fruit, and then you're all over the place. So now you're a jack of all trades and a master of none. Master what
Mhm.
it is you're
Right.
supposed to be mastering, because, like I said, when you are sticking to your assignment, then you can become the master in that, and then that way you can move forward in your purpose. Because if you all over the place, and I know, because you know people love to talk, oh, I'm multitasking.
That don't mean
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
Multiple
no.
streams of income. That's what I've been
Man,
seeing. Multiple streams of income.
well, but there's a difference between being busy and
Right.
just doing busyness. Like, you just busy and not really doing anything, you know.
Right.
Let's just get that straight too. Because some people say, yeah, I'm busy, but are you really purposeful with what you're doing? Is it gonna give you
Right.
profit?
Yep.
Right. And and multitasking to me, I don't like multitasking because multitasking means that something is not going to get done properly. Everything
Mm,
cannot get done properly all at once. It doesn't work.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard all of that loud and clear, and I totally agree. So what would you say, you know, each of you, what would you say? Just we talked about a lot, you know, and for someone that may be listening that may kind of still be like, I'm still not quite clear, you know, what would you say? What would your summary be or your advice be to, you know, someone that's, I don't know, just starting out?
Take your
Yeah.
time. Take your
Take your
time.
time.
Oh,
Okay.
Listen
Okay.
to the Holy Spirit.
mm,
Get an alignment
Okay.
and figure out what it is that you want. Figure out what it is that you want.
Okay.
Um, I think when you're first starting out, first of all, you have to have a vision. Okay, so without a vision,
Mm-hmm.
you need a vision gives you a roadmap to where you are going. So without a vision, knowing where you're going and what you're doing, like I said, as you get this vision, you always have to have your vision is going to tell you what you need, you know, what you're looking for, and it's going to give you the roadmap and an end result. What is your end result? So you need to sit down, figure out, you know, hey, what am I doing? Get your vision together. From there, you really need to make sure that you're praying and that you're listening to God. And then as you do that, the big thing for me when I left the school system, I was in the school system for 17 years. I was a person that truly did not believe in entrepreneurship. I thought it was crazy. I was like, I need me a check every 2 weeks. I'm with that right talk about it all the time. He had a shop. I fussed. I went off. And I just was constantly angry about him trying to pursue his entrepreneurship dream. I mean, basically, I feel like I killed it, so I feel bad. But and now I'm doing it, and he's been very supportive of. So the one thing that I had to understand once I knew that I was going to go into entrepreneurship, I had a vision, I had a plan. Not only did the vision came from God, and I had a plan. I did a business plan. I wasn't winging it, and like a lot of people, they want to wing stuff. You really have to have a plan, and then once you get that plan, you need to work that plan and you take your time and you do what's necessary. And as I left the school system, I didn't just step out. And see, a lot of people just do that. They just step out. They don't have a plan. They really don't know their purpose. They don't know where they're going. They don't know what they're doing. And they listening to everybody. You have got to have a core group or that one person, whether it's a coach. And a lot of times when you're just beginning, you're not sure or really know about coaches. So you just don't know. That's why you have to move with the Holy Spirit and what God is so he can lead you in the right direction. But you get your plan and you work that plan. And I think as you do that, you go step by step by step. I left the school system. I had a plan. I had prepared for probably about a year and a half. I mean, I had like 8 to 7 garage sales in a week. I was stacking my money. I was working my daytime job, and I was a professor at the University of Phoenix adjunct, and I was saving my money. I was preparing. So that's one thing as you're thinking about it, you have to prepare. You have to get a plan and you work that plan. And as you need to make changes, you can do that also. But a lot of people, you know, they don't have plans. And then when you get the vision and the plan, you need to plug into a power source, somebody that can help you. Who is your power source? Because you could have a plan, but a plan without the power, I mean, you don't know what you're doing and you trying to do it yourself. I don't, you know, that's hard. You're going to make a lot of mistakes and you're going to make mistakes anyways. But if you have somebody that can really help you and you plug into that power source, that's great. And if you plug into the power source and you don't have a plan, you have a power source, mentor, coach, whoever, they're going to help you to get a plan. So that's my thought.
Ooh,
Love it, love it, love it.
awesome.
Yes, that is. I listened to Tammy and Renette, and pretty much I would say the same thing for everything they put out. Um, it's so important that you actually when you're starting your business, knowing your why behind it, like what is
Yes.
your why. That is
Mm-hmm.
actually before you do anything else, you know, having your vision, that why is going to give you that vision. It's going to give you that mission statement. It's going to give you those goals. It's going to give you those objectives so that you know exactly what you're doing and you're doing it with purpose and intention and not just winging it. Like Renette said, you're just not winging it, but you have a focus, you have a target. So I
Right.
think it's important for, just like Tammy mentioned as well, being led by the Holy Spirit, being spiritually aligned. Those that I serve are faith filled. Those are the ones that I serve. So those that I serve, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They'll know what we're talking about. When you're not aligned, you're all over the place. There's no clarity. You're
Yes.
just like confused. And God is not, He is not a creator of confusion. That is definitely not what He is. And so we don't want to be living that way because it's going to show in our business. we're gonna be confused. They're gonna be like, okay, she's saying this one day, and then she's doing this, and then she's doing that. What is it? You know? So then you don't have anybody that you truly serve. So everything they mentioned, and it's so important to know your why and actually have intention behind what you're doing with everything that Tammy and Renette mentioned, because you don't want to be confused. Because once you're confused and you don't know where you're going, that's where the discouragement is going to come, to where you don't want to go anywhere. You end up stopping, and you end up
Yes.
quitting, when you haven't even you know gone the extra mile yet. So just take the time to do the things that were mentioned. But also I want to say is, when, like Tammy mentioned, take your time, but you also want to slow down. There's no need to be this busybody
Yes.
doing all this work, and the work is not working, so it's like you really have to slow down, because the more you slow down, then you'll be able to hear from God and what he wants you to
Yes.
do. That's the
Yes.
key.
Absolutely.
Mm.
But
Yes.
don't procrastinate, because some people like to take too long and slow down, and they don't want to do the work. They sitting waiting on it to drop in their lap. It's not going to fall in your lap. The bottom line, I put a post yesterday. Faith without works is dead. A dream without works is also dead. It's going to keep being a dream. It's not going to ever be reality if you don't get yourself up and work. So you got to put some work in. You can't just keep talking about it, keep praying about it. Too many people want to pray but don't want to do nothing but pray. Oh, God said I can do it. God gonna give it to me. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen when you do some work.
Right.
But I also want to add to that. It's important, because I'm just gonna say that we have individuals that are faith filled. They're faith, and they believe in God, but they still have the fear. That's why they are procrastinators. That's why you
Yeah.
have those that have perfectionism. That's why you have the ones that are people pleasing. These are some traits that they have, that they have to release, and it's not going to happen overnight, but it's actually taking the time to know what that emotional pain that you've had in your past, so that you can move forward, so you're not procrastinating. But if you need some help with that, that's why you have professionals. You have coaches, you have mentors, accountability partner. If you can't invest in a coach, find someone to keep you
Yeah.
accountable, so that
Right.
you're
I
not
like
just
that.
saying, hey, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this or whatever. No, assign yourself someone and say, hey, every week we're gonna get together, and we're gonna say, hey, what the plan is. But it takes discipline. All the stuff that we're talking about is all about self-discipline. The same thing that gets you up in the morning
Mm-hmm.
is what's going to keep you going in your business. What is it?
Yeah, I like that. Like
Yeah.
you said, if you can't, afford a coach, or maybe that's not what you want to do right now, I like that. And an accountability partner. I love that. We have a Miss Jewel
Yes.
Moore that has just joined us,
Hey,
and she
Oh.
said her. I'm trying to get my screen to scroll down. She said, you have to do the work. Amen. My word of the year is move. I like that. My word of the
nice.
year is move. Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Nice. Okay. And then she said manifesting
Oh.
opportunities in volume every day. Okay.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like that. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wait, I'm trying to
That's
get back.
a great word to have. You have to move. My word is hungry, because, I mean, you have to be hungry. You have to go and get what it is you want. And I believe that as you go and get, and you continue to work and work and move and do what you need
Mm-hmm.
to do, so that you can see your dream become reality. You can't keep planting seeds and nothing is going to harvest. So it
Mm-hmm.
does not matter. And that's the problem too that I want to talk about when you talk about entrepreneurship. Things don't always manifest overnight. Some people may have
Right.
a story.
I'm glad you
That
brought that up.
story may not happen. You would not, but you're not gonna get it. But
Mm-hmm.
the story may not happen overnight. So what I want you to
Yeah.
do, if you're thinking about something and you back and forth and you started, it seems like nobody is there for you. People are not showing up. You're doing
Mm-hmm.
lives. I don't care if it's nobody on. Do it. I don't care empowerment call. If you don't have one single person on, do it. I don't care if you went to sell something and nobody bought, do it
Yeah.
again. Keep doing, because as you continue to do your part, God is definitely going to do his part. But you got
Consistency.
to
Yep.
you to
Mhm.
show up, glow up, show up, and do
Yes.
what you need to do so that you can get where you need to get. And I know it's hard and it's discouraging when
Mhm.
you don't have people supporting you, but you don't have people that's cheering you on, or you work so hard at this, and then nobody shows up. Or
Mhm.
one person shows up. You don't know who that one person may be. You
Mhm.
might be
Mm-hmm.
one connection away from
Mhm.
level, one connection
Yeah.
away from your win, one connection away from your business taking off. You do
Mhm.
not know. So the devil wants you to
Absolutely.
give up. He wants you to stop. He wants you to quit. But you have got to move. Like she said, you've got to be hungry. You have got to want it. It doesn't matter what you see. And the thing
Right.
about it is people
Mhm.
start, they get caught up in what they're seeing instead of
Oh,
what God has
Jamie, I
told us
gotta say
see with your own eyes. You got to see with the eyes of
something.
God. And that's the thing. We see things and it's not happening. So what do? We run back to the old, and we can't do that because as y'all
Mhm.
know, God is not going to put new wine in old wineskin. So don't run back and say, "Oh, I start again." No, let's finish. What we started. That's
That's
the
right.
people too. We are
Yep.
awesome at starting.
Yeah.
But do we
Right.
finish? No, because we don't follow
Mhm.
through. We
Yeah.
don't follow up. We don't do the things that we're
Mhm.
supposed to do so we could get what we really want. We just want to do a little bit. You got to work morning, noon, night. And a lot of people go, oh, you ain't got to do all that, all this grinding, grinding, grinding. At first, you might need to do all of that. And
Yeah.
then some. And
Right.
burn night oil and get up
Yep.
early in the morning and do what
Yep.
you need to do. And even though you're fearful, y'all know the saying, do it scared. Do it
Yep.
scared.
Do
But
it
the bottom
scared.
line
Mhm.
is to do.
Exactly.
You can't keep sitting. You got to keep
Mhm.
moving. You got to keep being hungry. You got to keep researching. You got to go and ask people. Tell everybody whatever you're doing, tell them about it. And keep pushing so that it could happen. Like, y'all, I know you all know my story about the 6 buildings falling through. Obviously, I was hungry. Because 6 buildings falling through, I'm telling you, 95 point, probably 99% of the people would have quit after the first or second building fell through and went back to their job instead of
Okay.
moving forward in their dream, in their purpose. If God said it, He will do it. He will not be mocked. And what you have to do when He said, you
Mhm.
have to believe it. If you just have that little mustard seed of faith, just have that faith. I have crazy, ridiculous, stupid, ignorant, crazy faith because I know God is going to do what He said He's going to do. I don't care what it looked like. Ask God.
Mm-hmm.
Take your eyes away and put His eyes there so you can see what you need to see.
You know, I think it's so important to mention, like you said, a lot of times, because we're planting seeds. You may do a live and you may only get one viewer, but you still do it, give the same amount of energy and passion to it as if you had 100 viewers. And a lot of times, sometimes
Yes.
it is a little difficult to stay encouraged when when you don't really think anyone's listening, you don't really think anyone's paying attention. You put a program out there and nobody bites, so sometimes it is a little hard to stay encouraged, but just take it. I mean, from what all we've said today and what we will say is that just keep going. Don't give up. It's like planting the seed. Like when you put that seed in the ground and you are putting water on it, it doesn't emerge or sprout out just yet, right? It sprouts out when it's supposed to, or when it's time for it to sprout out. But you can't give up. You have to know that you are planting seeds, and even if you don't see anything right away, that's okay. Everything is not going to happen overnight. And I think in today's society, we're so used to everything being so fast. Oh, it got to happen
Drive through.
overnight. People look at somebody that has a successful business and they think that, oh, but that didn't happen overnight. And I don't care who
No,
says
it
it did
didn't.
happen overnight. It didn't happen
No,
overnight.
no, it didn't.
You
It
know, you
didn't.
have to, you know what I mean? You have to nurture it
Yes.
over a period of time. And that's different for everybody, but for sure, it's not going to just happen overnight. Don't expect
But
it to happen overnight.
yes,
But the
and
thing
can I say
about
something else also? From what you
Mhm.
mentioned, just to add on,
Mhm.
to everything that we mentioned, it takes that faith, just like Renette put out, but also that practice. Like what spiritual practice are you doing daily? What are you feeding your
Mhm.
mind daily? What are you speaking daily? You know, what are
Right.
you doing? Because that's what's going to keep your fuel going. That's what's going to keep you
Yep.
going when you don't want to go. It's going to keep you going.
Yep.
So, you know, I just want to add on to everything Renette mentioned. It's like, what is that spiritual
Mhm.
practice that you're doing? Because if you're not doing it, then that's what's going to slow you down. But you gotta have that faith by doing those things that you know, prayer, meditation, you know, meditating on the word. If you're falling on a backside of that, you need to come back to center and get back to your spiritual alignment, just like what all ladies have mentioned already. And then you will see the difference. You will see the difference of your productivity and what you're doing. But that's something that you really have to think about. What is that negative energy that's feeding you? Because you need to
Yeah.
remove it and release it.
Woo.
And then
And when
I feel like
another
when I
thing
think of
is people want to go, they want the promise, but they don't want the process. You got to go
Mm,
through the process. That's the bottom line. You
mm,
go through the process so you can get to the promise. If you think about a lot of people like athletes, how they skip they come right out of high school and they start basketball. You know how many times they messed up and they've lost out and they just because they haven't been through the process. See, and you
yes.
and some things like for them it does happen overnight, but guess what, they weren't ready. They didn't learn what they needed to learn,
right,
so they go through all kinds of trials and tribulations. They're very
right.
childish, very immature, spending running through their money like this, buying this friend, that friend, taking the whole
Mhm.
entourage. Look at MC Hammer, who was broke when because he was going through the
That's a prime example.
Yeah.
Woo!
I forgot about him. Yep.
process. Because when you don't go through the
hmm
process, you may get to the promise, but you won't keep it. It won't
Yeah.
last because you didn't
Mm,
God's way, you did it your way. So you've got to understand there is a process to the promise.
Right.
mm,
You got to be ready, and that's how
Let
you
yes.
and get your
and,
ready.
uh oh. Okay. I was just gonna add that
and
Sarita joined us and she said, Amen, Jewel. And she said we have to trust the process. And it was something else. I'm going back to her other comment because I really liked it. It was about, oh, she said, your harvest will reap when it's time. We live in a microwave society.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yep.
yes,
And
yes,
I like that. And thank
yes.
you so much for joining us. So go ahead. I guess, Tammy, you want to say something?
I just wanted to say that in those times, you know, because I know that so many times, just like you said, a microwave society and also a drive-through society, we want to drive through and get our food and go.
Yeah.
And if it takes longer than 5 minutes, we want to get
Amen.
mad, you know.
Yeah.
And so we think about our businesses and our life the same way. But what keeps me is I think about something my grandmother said years ago. You know, I would talk to her and I said, well, you know, this is happening and why can't this happen now? And blah, 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 blah. You know what she would say? Live a little longer.
Okay.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Live a little longer. And
Okay.
so I think about that in terms of this. It's like, okay, so just live a little longer. So yeah, you put the post out, you did the lives, you put the program out, nobody bit. Live a little longer. You know, do
Mm,
it again.
I like that. Yeah.
Make some changes. You know, maybe you need to, you know, change the language. Maybe you need to change the program.
Got you. Okay.
Maybe you need to change, you know, look at a different audience. Maybe you're not
Right.
putting it out to the right people.
Right.
You know, maybe you need to look at your marketing and see how you marketed
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, because for
Yeah.
me, I had a situation that happened where I just desired that I wanted to have a place to do some local stuff. And it just fell in my lap.
Mm,
And all I could think was, look at God. It just fell in my lap. I mean, it's the most opportune thing. You know, the space is amazing. It's, you know, it's within what I can afford to do, which is awesome, you know. But that's a part of just, you know, how my grandma said, live a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Well, you know, guys, we have let's go ahead and close out. But I want to say, Lanita and Tammy, how long have we known each other now? It's been at least a year, right?
I think
At
so.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least a year. And I have really
Because
seen you
we
guys
did this,
flourish.
what, 6 months ago?
Huh? What'd you say?
I said, because we did this one, what, 6 months ago, maybe longer?
Um, longer because I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. Was it a year
Mm.
ago? I don't
No,
know.
it wasn't a year ago. It had to have been like at least 6 months or something like that.
Okay, because I do it. I think this is the third one I've done, and I usually do it like
Oh,
every
okay.
4 months.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So, but I don't know what happened to. Do you guys see? Are you guys looking at our video?
I don't know what's going on, but I'm here.
Oh, okay, because
I
we can't see
don't know.
you.
I,
I can see Renette. I
Oh,
can see
Oh, well,
Renette.
we can't.
you
I
know what
can't.
it, not on the Facebook, but I can see her on the computer.
Okay, I
But
see
you
you
know
now.
what? You know what it is? Maybe she's coming out of the matrix.
Oh, you coming out the matrix?
I,
Because that's what it looks like on the phone.
it looks like
Okay, there she is.
Okay. So you know what, guys? So this has been. I mean, I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, I love this. Like I said, talking to other entrepreneurs and we sharing and, just encouraging and supporting one another. And those out there that are watching with us, thank you so much for joining. And those that may catch those that may catch the replay, please leave your comments and questions in the comments
Um, Ja-
and also share it
Jackie,
out too. Yes, ma'am.
Jules said, "What is the
Oh,
topic?"
oh, that's why you laughing over there.
Yeah.
Miss Jewel, we were talking about being an entrepreneur and showing up as your authentic self and how to create your own style as an entrepreneur. That's what we were chatting about. Um, what was I gonna say? So, ladies, tell us about again, give us the name of your business, tell the listeners where they can find you if they want to connect with you, and if you have anything special coming up that you're doing now, let us know about that as well, and we'll just close out on that note if that's okay.
Sounds like a winner.
Okay, who's going
Renette,
first?
Renette.
Okay. Yeah, you go ahead before you go back into the matrix. Go ahead.
okay. Alrighty, alrighty. My name again is Renette Upton Bush, and my group is called Next Level Chicks, and it's a group where I help women push past their fear so that they can move forward to their next level in all areas of their life, and that's just like not my level anybody else's but your own next level. And you hear people say next level all the time. So we do empowerment calls, we do different things, motivation, inspiration, all of that. And one of the things that I have going on now, which I'm going to have another one coming up, is called Skyrocket Your Success. And I'm not saying it because I teach it, but that class is fire. These ladies are really truly learning and moving forward and learning how to push on purpose and be nonstop. So as you see that coming up, make sure you hop in it. I also have a new book that's coming out. Ooh, I'll release that soon. But you can find me at nextlevelchicks.com. And I'm telling you, Next Level Chicks will really help push you to the next level. But if you see that skyrocket your success, I promise you need to hop in it because it's real, real good. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
All right. So I am Tammy Morrison of Unleashing Your True Self, and you can find me on Facebook at Unleashing Your True Self. You can also find me on Instagram at Tammy Y Morrison. You can reach me on my blog at tammymorrison.com, which it's starting to come together, and I'm so excited about it. You can also check out my YouTube channel at Tammy Morrison. So, and I'm excited about the podcast that I have now, Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammy. It is fire. So make sure you look for it on YouTube on my channel. Make sure you reach out, like, share, and subscribe.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. You can actually reach me. I'm Lanita Cornett. the Transformation Empress, Purple Camouflage Mentor LLC, which is my life and personal development coaching and consulting business. You can find me on Facebook under Tap Into Your Truth with Purple Camouflage Mentor, or IG. It's going to be my handle for IG is at Coach Lanita Speaks. I'm on several platforms right now. I want to focus on Facebook and IG, and I also have my Facebook community, which is Soulful Ambitionista for leaders and creatives. And after we actually have our session here, I'll place the links in there if you don't mind, Jacqueline. I'll just place them in there so everyone knows where they can reach me. Right now, I actually have my personal journal that I've finally published. It's actually out. It's actually out on Vermont, and it's actually out on Amazon. The link for that is bit.ly/truth journal. So again, I'll place those links in there. I'm actually working in a paid membership group. It's going to be called Soulful Ambitionista Society. Don't have the date yet, but it's going to be a pretty much 90-day mentorship. But I actually am working that, as well as some changes. I actually have my IGTV now. It's called Resilient and Living. So that's what I just started. So I'm looking forward to, making some changes within 2019. So I'm just glad to be here.
Wow, this is so exciting. I'm so excited for you guys. And yes, definitely put your links in there. So that way people can, have easy access, click on it and go right to your page and so forth. And again, my name is Jacqueline Kabah Harrison. And thank you so much for joining this A Queen's Roundtable Quarterly Symposium, which I do it quarterly. So be on the lookout for the next one. And if you are interested in participating, either send me a private message or either you can email me and I will put it's realizing your potential. The number's 123@gmail.com. And just, let me know that you're interested in being a participant. So thank you again for joining, ladies. Thank you so much for participating. I was so honored to have you guys come and join us today. And everyone, enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. And are there any other questions or comments? No? Okay.
Thank you, Jacqueline, for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Enjoy
Yeah.
you all, Lanita and Tammy. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Always.
Enjoy
Always.
Renette and Tammy and Jacqueline.
Yeah, awesome.
And don't forget, guys, to put your information in the links, and I'll give you a copy of it too, okay? Once I download it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. So y'all take care.
All right.
Thank you so much. You too. Have a wonderful day.
Okay.
Okay, you too. Bye, ladies.
Bye-bye.